that essentially Donald Trump is suffocating the rest of the field. Do you agree? And how does Perry's exit really change this 2016 field?
Well, I like and respect Rick Perry. He was my home state governor. He's a friend. He did a remarkable job as governor of Texas. I wish him and Anita and Griffin and Sidney the very best. I'm convinced they will have many, many decades more of public service. And he ran an honorable campaign. You know, I'll tell you, I recognize that the media enjoys seeing Republicans bicker back and forth with each other and throw rocks at each other. But I think the American people could not possibly care less. They're not interested in a bunch of politicians behaving like school children. They're interested in real, meaningful, positive solutions to the problems that are facing this country. We're bankrupting our kids and grandkids. Our constitutional rights are under assault from Washington every day, and America has receded from leadership in the world. Radical Islamic terrorists who want to kill us are getting stronger every day. And it doesn't matter the bickering between politicians. What matters is electing a strong leader who will defend the Constitution, who will kill the terrorist, repeal Obamacare, and stand up and fight for the Bill of Rights. And that's exactly what I will do as president.
And we're hearing a lot of Republicans in your field say similar things. What sets you aside from the dozen or so other candidates?
Well, the difference is in the records. You know, at that first debate in Cleveland, we had 10 very fine people standing on that debate stage, and every one of them says they're conservative. We've seen over and over again campaign conservatives who talk a great game on the campaign trail, but they haven't walked the walk. I believe what Republican primary voters are looking for is a consistent conservative, someone who is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And the biggest difference between me and the other candidates running for president as Republicans is that I have a proven record. Take, for example, immigration. On that debate stage in Cleveland, a majority of the candidates standing on that stage have publicly advocated for amnesty. I am the only candidate standing on that stage who has never supported amnesty, who has always opposed it, and indeed, when the Democrats and a bunch of Washington Republicans tried to ram through a massive amnesty plan, I stood shoulder to shoulder with Senator Jeff Sessions leading the fight to defeat amnesty, and we defeated it in Congress. You know, in the 100 hours that followed that debate, we raised $1.1 million as men and women all over the country went to tedcruz.org. Tedcruz.org, contributed online. The energy and momentum our campaign has is surging. We're surging nationally. We're surging in Iowa. We're surging in New Hampshire. We're surging in South Carolina. We're surging all across the Super Tuesday states in the so-called SEC primary. And we're very proud to roll out our incredible Missouri leadership team. You want to talk about proven men and women, conservatives? I'll tell you what links all these men and women together is they bear the battle scars of standing in the foxhole, fighting for liberty, fighting for principle, fighting for the Constitution. The strength of our campaign are the women and men at the Eagle Forum gathering, are the grassroots, are the activists, are the young people, are the Hispanics, are all of the hardworking Americans who want to believe again in the promise of America.
Last question. Last question.
You weren't specific in your speech whether or not how far you would go as far as the Planned Parenthood issue during the budget fight in the next few weeks.
The principles we should follow are quite simple. Under no circumstances should we spend $500 million of your and my taxpayer money funding Planned Parenthood, which appears to be an ongoing criminal enterprise. These videos have shown Planned Parenthood committing repeat multiple felonies. They are under criminal investigation across the country, and it ought to be a 100-0 vote that taxpayer money shouldn't be funding an organization under active criminal investigation. Sadly, however, Barack Obama and Senate Democrats are so committed as a partisan matter to standing with Planned Parenthood no matter what laws they violate, no matter what crimes they commit, that President Obama has threatened to veto funding for the entire federal government unless $500 million is given to his cronies at Planned Parenthood. What Barack Obama is doing for Planned Parenthood is radical, it's extreme, it's unreasonable. And so your question was, should we have a shutdown? Of course we shouldn't have a shutdown. It's wrong for Barack Obama to threaten to shut down the government. What the Congress should do is pass funding for the federal government. Fund the federal government, but don't fund Planned Parenthood. And if Barack Obama decides that partisan loyalty is the most important thing, that he's willing to shut down the VA because he cares so much about sending $500 million to Planned Parenthood, then let's have a national debate. Let me encourage the mainstream media that are here. Show those videos on the news. Let the American people look at them. Right. And you know what? If Barack Obama thinks this is such an advantageous debate, I will happily debate President Obama anytime, any place in this country about whether $500 million of taxpayer money should go to fund an organization that these videos show consider itself a volume seller of the body parts of unborn children. It is horrific. And regardless of your views on the right to life, we should not be funding a massive commercial enterprise that is bartering and selling the body parts of unborn children. It is horrific, and it's not who we are as Americans. And I intend to do everything possible to lead the fight to prevent 1 penny of taxpayer money going to fund this ongoing criminal operation.
Senator, thanks, guys. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.